actually kind of have an idea for a spur of the moment video today. Well, actually, one sort of spur of the moment is the fact I'll be doing my art thoughts this evening. But more importantly, yesterday I kind of alluded that I was going to do a sort of Mount Rushmore of something. And I was almost going to have Cartoon Network shows, since I've done Cartoon Network original movies. But considering that there are so many great shows in Cartoon Network in the past, I couldn't make a Mount Rushmore of them. So, my low was I accidentally put myself in a pickle because of that. Because I said I was going to do a Mount Rushmore, but then I couldn't think of anything to do. So, I'm in quite a pickle here. But I'll tell you how I solved it momentarily. My high is the fact that, I actually was able to share some thoughts with a special someone in my life, who's currently in my life right now. And it was very therapeutic. It actually gave myself a good cry. You always want to have a good cry. Remember, kids, crying and sadness are the most beautiful and human emotion that we have. Okay? Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. All right? Good. And my act of kindness was I actually did a couple of errands for my grandmother yesterday. So, with all that said, I have a pickle to get myself out of. Or wouldn't it just be easier to say, eat the pickle? I mean, it's your problem and you're dealing with it, so wouldn't you just rather eat it? I don't know. I actually see no problem with that analogy. I like eating pickles. Good morning and happy Thursday, everyone. So there's a lot to look forward to today. We have hot ones today. It's going to be awesome. With Lord being the guest, I made fun of that enough on Tuesday. Sort of. Anyway, it actually kind of got me thinking. The more I ponder this, Lord is actually a pretty big name in the music industry. With that said, is today going to be the season finale? Hold on. Okay. So, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so far there have been 10 episodes in season 15. Not including the one we're having today, obviously. How many do we have in season 14? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So, if I'm right, we should have a few more episodes to go. Because this is only episode 11. Meanwhile, hold on, let me double check one thing. That was season 14. How many do we have in season 13? I promise this is the last time I'm checking this. Hold on. Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Maybe this will be the season finale. I really don't know. I mean, if it is the season finale, it's fine. I think it's about time. I mean, this season's been pretty good. I have no complaints. I think Sean Evans and the good people over at Hot Ones and First Week Feast deserve a bit of a break. They've earned it. Actually, I do believe it was one episode where Sean had mentioned how Sometimes you'd rather have more than 3 weeks for time off. And I totally get it. If you were to take more than 3 weeks off for this break, I'd be okay with it for once. Yeah, I'd be a little sad that there's no hot ones, but what can you do? If he wants to take off more than 3 weeks, it's his show. He can do what he wants. It's actually Chris Schoenberger's show, and Sean Evans is the host, but you get the idea. So that actually would sort of leave a void. And oh yeah, so I don't really know what happens on Thursdays with how I forget. I mean, usually I couldn't really do. I mean, usually you have something like The Masked Singer or something, but no, we don't even have that. So if they start taking off in the month of August, it's funny. August is known as the dog days of summer, and the dog days are referring to when it's really, really hot and you're not having hot ones. I just realized that. Okay, I've done enough stalling. I told you I had a pickle earlier, and I'm going to tell you how I got out of it. So yesterday I promised I was going to do a Mount Rushmore or something. And keep in mind, when you do a Mount Rushmore, there is no one that's better than the other. They're all pretty much on even ground. And with that said, it has been a good while since I talked about Chuggaaconroy. So I'm not doing a Mount Rushmore of all the Chuggaaconroy's Let's Plays. I'm not doing that. What I can do, however, is give you a Mount Rushmore of all of the Chuggaaconroy's Let's Play finales. Yep. Because everyone knows that sometimes it's not how it begins, it's how it ends. And for the most part, these are the endings that I've seen at least twice or more. Like, these are the ones. In fact, funny enough, I saw one of them just yesterday because I felt like it. And it still holds up. There's still some of his trademark Chuggaaconroy witty, punny humor, and obviously some pretty trivial knowledge about the game itself. And by not trivial as in like it's miscellaneous, trivial as in like, wow, that's a really cool detail. I wish that I know now. Thank you. So, with all that said, let's get to, you know what? I think, one moment, please. They're not in any particular order from least to best. However, let me just look this up real quick. And okay. They're not in any particular order from least to best. They are, however, in order from earliest to most recent. So, with that said, let's start with the first one. So the first Chuggaaconroy finale on this Mount Rushmore, and before I continue, again, I said spur of the moment earlier, I really could change my mind at some point. Maybe there was one finale I'm like, maybe I should have put that in my Mount Rushmore. Actually, you know what, by all accounts, every single one of these are great. Every single one of these finales are worth watching at least once. In fact, I could easily just make this a top 5 and put one that I actually just saw, another one I just recently saw. But, scratch it. It's never Mount Rushmore. It's a top 5, no particular order, from earliest to most recent. But here's the problem with this first one. Chuggaaconroy has actually done this Let's Play twice. Yep. The first one is Earthbound. It was the very first Let's Play he ever did, back when the format was only 15 minutes per YouTube video. Oh yeah. Seriously, like nowadays on YouTube, you could see videos that are like twice, 3 times, 4 times as long even. Some are just straight up 10-hour videos of seeing the same thing over and over and over again, just because. So, when Chuggaaconroy first redid his Let's Play of Earthbound, I admit I really wasn't that interested. And around that time, I was going through some stuff, specifically getting some help with things. And I watched the entirety of that Earthbound Let's Play to pass the time. And throughout it, Chuggaaconroy really went in deep with all the lore of the game, everything, all the differences there are in Japan or in the United States. Not to mention, the finale is something that he'll always remember forever. And, what can I say? Earthbound. It was his first Let's Play he did back in 2008, 2009. He redid it in 2018. So, needless to say, when he redid it, he wanted to make sure he did everything right. And he did. Now, so needless to say, the finale of when he did the remake was fantastic. Really, really and truly. I mean, yeah, I do have to say what a lot of people believe, that honestly, to beat the final boss, they're sort of praying it away. Literally like this. But what can I say? I found it kind of cute. I liked it. All right, so the second one on this top 5. I'll do the 5-headed Mount. I'll do a 5-headed Mount Rushmore. You know what? Forget. I'll do like what they do on Naruto. I'll just put like a head on the giant mountain wherever, right? Anyway, yes, I'm a Naruto fan. Deal with it. Right. The second one is Pokemon Crystal. Now, you guys know I'm a huge Pokemon fan. And naturally, I've seen all the Chuggaaconroy's Let's Plays. In fact, really all of the Pokemon finales could have their own video about it. But in the moment, I gotta go with Crystal. Because at the time it came out, I just recently gotten back into the series thanks to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and later Platinum. And at the time, the Johto remakes, which were Pokemon Gold and Silver, were about to come out. And in commemoration of this, Chuggaaconroy did a Let's Play of Pokemon Crystal. And I remember watching the finale over and over again because I was legitimately terrified for him. I'll tell you why. Because if you don't know, Pokemon Crystal ends with a secret super boss you'd be in the post game, right? And it's basically Red, aka the original trainer from the first game. Chuggaaconroy was far too underleveled for my taste. Like, all of his Pokemon were like mid to high 50s. Meanwhile, Red's team is like in the, I want to say it's in like the 80s, mid 70s. Somewhere in that area. I'm like, wait, you're going in with that? I mean, it's great that you're going in with Darmani. It was his Don fan. This is what he nicknamed his Don fan. But how are you going to... And he won. I mean, it definitely helped that Chuggaaconroy knew exactly what he was doing. But it just goes to show you, it was just unbelievable. And not to mention, the theme, but the final boss music is some of the best in Pokemon history. If you ever, it's like dun 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 dun. Like, yeah, it's Like, and then he gets like, like I mean, again, it's some of Pokemon's best music, and Chuck Conroy is a music guy. He loves talking about music when he can. So there you go. The third one on this list is Okami. Yeah, Okami was the first game he did where not only was it a Nintendo game, you could also play it on the PlayStation. But Cherry Conroy played it on the Wii because he's a Nintendo guy. And because you draw an Okami, you actually get to use the Wiimote to, draw your stuff. It's really cool. It was actually the game where I learned or was reminded of a lot of Japanese mythology. In fact, Cherry Conroy even made a joke saying, I went to a library to do research for you. You better appreciate what I do here. So that was great. And the finale is just one of the most heartwarming things ever. Amaterasu's down. The forces of darkness via Yami are about to win. Things are not looking good. But then E soon arrives, spreads the word around about the great Okami Amaterasu. It is awesome. Plus, it features a wolf, and a wolf is a cute little doggy. So that's always very nice. And Okami done the sequel. That's a good one too. So definitely. Honestly, I really just should make this a franchise. A top 5 of Cherry Conroy's. You know what? Scratch that. This is the top 5 of all of Cherry Conroy's Let's Play franchises. So, Earthbound, we've done Pokemon, Okami. Now let's get into the, You know what, yeah, I was going to save this one for last, but considering what I'm doing now, where it is, it's fine. It's Legends of Zelda. Specifically, the finale I've seen the most is Skyward Sword. In fact, that's the one I just saw yesterday. And I will never forget seeing the promotions for Skyward Sword. And I still think that to this day. It's as if Skyward Sword took all the best attributes from Wind Waker and Twilight Princess and put them together. And for some reason, people had some people had huge problems with the game and stuff really? And yeah, they're complaining about Fi, or the Navi of the game, if you will. But honestly, watching that Let's Play all the way through and watching Chuck Conroy play it, and I actually, hold on a second. I'm just watching this and I love how Chuck Conroy's listen, Masaya Nella, another YouTube Let's Player, loves this game to death. If you're going to punish anyone, punish me, not her. So, there you go. Chuck Conroy's taking up for his friends. The finale, especially, honestly, I consider episode 73 and 74 the two-part finale. I mean, 74 is obviously the real finale. But 73, I watch them both together just because I feel it's really stronger that way. And finally, number 5. I'm actually feeling kind of sad I didn't put Mario on here. Even though, really, he's played more Luigi-related stuff than Mario. Sorry. But number 5, Xenoblade Chronicles. I mean, it was the Xenoblade Chronicles finale where Chuck Conroy, well, not the finale, it was really more episode 100, where Chuck Conroy said, the final boss, music. Which the music title is just called Zanza. Which makes sense. Zanza was the name of the final boss in the first Xenoblade Chronicles game. Is not only his favorite final boss music, it's just straight up his favorite video game music, period. We all know music is incredibly subjective. And so, different strokes for different folks. To outright say that music is his favorite among all the millions and hundreds of millions of video game music that there is, And he says that one's the best. That takes some strong conviction, my friend. And yes, it is a matter of opinion. And do I feel it's the best? Not quite, but it's definitely up there. So, by all accounts, Xenoblade Chronicles was Chuggaaconroy's favorite game. And you know what? Forget this. I'm making this a top 6. I'm putting Mario on here. Why? Because I like Mario, and pretty much everything Mario does is awesome. So there you go. The Chuggaaconroy Super 6. I'll call it that. My Chuggaaconroy Super 6. Am I forgetting anything else? Well, he did do Pikmin. Now, keep it the Chuggaaconroy Super 6. Like, favorite, chat, the subscribe button, follow me, Super. I'm showing you guys on YouTube. Oh, right. Specifically the finale of Mario games I've seen the most from Chuggaaconroy. Man, that's tough. You keep in mind, I'm putting Luigi in here too, just because Mario and Luigi. Man, there's a good one. Luigi's Mansion and Luigi Mansion 2 is good. Super Luigi Galaxy. Mario and Luigi, Superstar Saga, and Partners in Crime. Yeah, there's a lot of great ones, so that's why I'm putting Mario on here. Like, favorite, share, the subscribe button, follow me on social media, on YouTube. I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys watching Joe for today. Hopefully, you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Remember, you guys, happy channel, be here to lend the name, and I'll see you back. Take care and make good choices. Okay, I'll do it one more time. I am Lord. Yeah, yeah, yeah.